Well, normally for these sequences I talk about one single plant, but today I'm going to rock the boat and talk about a group, because in this fairly large clay container there are several plants which are completely rammed and jostling for space, but the end result is absolutely tremendous. So I just want to talk through the main characters which are actually in this pot. Well, the first one is this one close to my leg here. This is an Astelia, and Astelias are plants from New Zealand. They're evergreen, they're relatively hardy, provided they have good drainage in the winter time, and this is a cultivar called Westland, which has this beautiful bronzy colour to the leaves. And to the side, particularly over here, we've got a Begonia, and this is a fully hardy Begonia, Begonia grandis. We in fact have this planted in the garden here, where we are in the north of England. Wouldn't typically expect a begonia to survive, but it does. So it's Begonia grandis, and late in the summer it produces these very intense, not for the faint-hearted, pink flowers, which are typical begonia flowers, and beneath the leaves it's a deep red, and you get the beautiful venation of the leaves. So they sort of scramble their way up through the plants. Over my shoulder here, this is a hardy ginger, and the hardy gingers are a magnificent group of plants to grow in the garden, and they are hardy again, like the begonia. We have these in the borders outside all winter time. The flowers have gone over now, but it's not just about the flowers with the gingers. They have the beautifully narrow shaped leaves on the very stocky stem, which has a real kind of structural quality to it all of its own. And then the crowning glory of this pot is one of my favourites, which are the Ensetes, and these are cousins of the hardy bananas. They have these sail-like leaves which get ultimately pretty enormous. A plant that's originally from Ethiopia, so therefore growing it in the north of England is not desperately happy during the winter. In fact, you have to bring it in entirely during the winter time. So during the summer, if you throw lots of water at it and keep it on the damp side, it will grow very quickly. So within this relatively small pot, there's a lot of plants jostling for space, but the end result is something really, really magnificent. And I just wanted to show you this before I have the heartbreaking task of dismantling it before we get the first frosts.